We've done close to seven figures in info sales, and I see this issue over and over and over again, targeting the ICP in your content. So today I'm going to be breaking out everything, the four pillars that you need to actually build a brand that's going to attract your ICP and make you a ton of money. And I really do like this one's super important, number four over here. But let's start off with number one. First is your ICP and your dream follower. You need to know what these actually are. So your ICP is your ideal client profile, the person that would be perfect to buy your service. For me, that's coaches and creators because we help them scale their info products and everything. And your dream follower is someone beyond your ICP that is still someone that you want to connect with on a deeper, more personal level. It's essentially someone that's broader than your ICP, holds the same values and beliefs. So someone broader than coaches and creators with the same values and beliefs as entrepreneurs. And dream followers is important because of the total addressable market. If you only make content for your ICP, it's never going to get pushed out. And I'll show you that in a little bit. But for the dream follower with organic content, it's much broader, so it will actually get pushed out. And like I said, you'll find your ICP within your dream follower using some other strategies that we're going to cover here soon. But because we're posting organic content, the TAM on the algorithm, it won't push it out if you just target your ICP because it's too niched. And the way that you can figure out exactly who your ICP is by doing market research. And the best way to do market research isn't through Reddit or through AI or anything like that. Partly some AI, maybe a little bit of Reddit, but it's going to be by using your sales call recordings. Your top 6 to 7 or 3 to 5, right? And essentially what you can do here is you can take them, the ones that actually paid you money, and you can just do an analysis. You can have AI help you a little bit. You can rewatch the calls to know who they are, right? What are their pains, their desires, their fears? Like for us, we have 6 pages on this guy. We have 6 pages on these people. You just really need to understand who you're actually targeting, who you're actually helping. I'm making this video because I understand who my ICP is. Every single client that we work with struggles with content. Oh, how do I make stuff that's going to make me money? They don't know. And I'm making this video because I know this issue, and this is just going to bring me even more sales. And then you find out who your dream follower is by answering the questions because it's someone that's a little bit broader than your ICP. So who are they? What's their story? What do they look like? It might even be an aspect of you or some aspects of your ICP that you can take from. I have this guy here because it's me, right? I'm an entrepreneur. So I know how to resonate and relate to my dream follower, as well as just asking current and new clients what attracted them, what brought them on. And these people liked my confidence. They thought I was a G, which is just more confidence. They liked my knowledge and explanation, making it simple, right? Keeping stuff simple and clear and being confident. So I need to make sure I have that more in my content with my dream follower and with my ICP. That's going to help me go a long way. And the way I made this was just by taking from my experiences and using my friends because my friends are entrepreneurs. So like my dream follower are online business owners that are under 30 and that have already made some money, and they're passionate about business, fitness, basically the typical entrepreneur, right? They want to have freedom, they like women, God, etc. They want generational wealth. And this is exactly what my dream follower is, and it's very similar to my ICP. It's going to be very similar, like I said, but the TAM, you're going to find your ICP within your dream follower, meaning that your ICP is technically a more niche down version of your dream follower. So they're going to hold a lot of the same beliefs. And the reason why it's important to actually understand who it is because if this is a map, right? This is you right here, and you're trying to find the ICP, you're just going around in circles because you have no idea like where he actually is, right? You don't really know. So you're just going everywhere trying to find him. But if you actually take some time, take an hour or 2 or 30 minutes to define who it is, you can skip all this BS, and in 1, 2, 3 steps, you found your ICP and you made money. But you're just like randomly posting with no clear strategy, and that's why you're failing. And this is what happens when you dial in for your ICP. You get only your ICP. You get less views, less new people, and less money. Because all these views I'm getting right now, first of all, it's horrible. Getting less than 1,000 views a video, but it's all of my followers already. So I'm not getting any new people in, which is not good for business. But whenever I switch it to my dream follower, 4,000 views, 11,000 views, 13,000 views, 7,000 views, I start getting more views. I start having more fun and I start earning more money. Because whenever you target your dream follower, you're going to get way more views. In turn, some of those people will be your ICP and you'll just make more money because attention is money in this game. But it's all going to be for naught if you don't know how to brand yourself and have marketability. Because right now, you're probably like everyone else. Like this is like the content market right now. Everybody's posting content. Everyone's the exact same. So if you don't know how to differentiate yourself from everyone else, you're going to be cooked. And this is what I changed in my content because this was me before, right? I'm making this type of content, very basic, easily copyable. Like, look, I already found 4 people in my niche making the exact same video. I blocked their faces out for obvious reasons, but they're all making the same exact video. How am I going to stand out? I'm not. Meaning I made no money. And these videos right here made me no money at all. $0. And the pillars it's going to come down to actually differentiate yourself inside of this market is who you are, your aura, and your vehicle. Because value in today's day and age is a commodity. There's over 200 to 300 million content creators online. So if you don't know how to differentiate yourself, you're going to get lost in the sauce and get no views. And that might be why right now you get a low amount of views, because you're being a commodity. There's a million, billion of you. Instead, you need to be yourself, a one of one, because one of one is scarce. There's only one of it. That is scarcity. And we love scarcity as humans. On top of that, people buy from people and they don't buy from robots, at least not yet. People don't like generalized stuff. They like people. They buy into people that they like and resonate with. It's one of Robert Cialdini's influence principles. And the truth is that there are over 54 million viewers for the WNBA. So there's definitely a niche for you specifically, because you're one of one, your story's unique, your personality, which we're about to get into, it's all unique. And if there's 54 million people willing to watch the WNBA, not the NBA, the WNBA, there's definitely a niche for you as well. So it's going to come down to who you are, your aura, what you look like, how you present yourself, and what you do. So first of all, who you are, and this is more internal, right? And it's going to come down to you as a person, your personality, your beliefs, your values, what makes you different as a person. And you need to stand out. Everybody is unique, right? And everyone tries to be the cool person who's this yellow duck, but you need to be this multicolored duck, right? And this is my personality right now. I'm bringing up some random ass analogy that doesn't make any sense, but it's resonating and it's working. And you need to be unique in your content. That's the only way that you're going to stand out. It's the only way. You got to be yourself. You got to start using your personality, talking about your beliefs, your values. Somebody that did this amazingly was Andrew Tate. Love him, hate him, it doesn't matter. He was a marketing genius because he was himself so much in content that it worked. Now, yes, did he get a lot of haters? Of course. But he also made millions of dollars from his course by targeting his ICP. So obviously he's doing something right. So you need to be you in your content always. Being funny, being whatever you are. Are you serious? Are you funny? What makes you different? Because something does, and you need to use that in your content. For me, it's my confidence. It's how simple I am. It's just, I'm just a fucking G because I'm the man. All right, I am. Look, I got the Monopoly money background right here. Got a quality camera. I'm jacked. It's like, this is what is making me different from everyone else. And I'm providing a shit ton of value to you right now. It's going to make you want to work with me because you're like, okay, this guy's cool. He's knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about. I want to work with him because there's a million people providing value. But what's going to separate you? For me, I'm extremely disciplined. I'm super focused on my health. I'm a natural leader. I'm into spirituality and God. I'm an ENTJ 8W9. I'm a former athlete. I love marketing. I don't care what people think. I made a video calling Shelby mommy. And I made a fucking real like cosplaying Shelby, basically. You'll have to go watch the reel to figure out what happened. Nobody else is doing this in the space, dog. Because it's my personality. Nobody has the balls to do this shit. I was using basketballs as boobs. Pretending to be Shelby. That's my personality. Because I don't care what people think at all. I don't. Because I'm so confident in myself. And that's what separates me, and that's what allows me to make my own content. And I literally laid it out here, like my story, right? What separates me? Like, what are my values? What are my beliefs? What's my personality? What's my visual style like? You need to be laying out, okay, how am I different from all these other people? Because you definitely are. Your story's different, your values, your beliefs, etc. You just need to actually talk about it and incorporate it into your content. Stop being such a bum. Because once again, people buy from people, not robots. So you need to make sure that you're being a person inside of your content, someone that is worthy of being listened to. Because if you're not worthy of being listened to, nobody's going to buy from you. And then your story. We don't love superheroes because they're superheroes and they have powers. We love them because of their story. Superman's planet exploded. Batman's parents died. Iron Man was a big douche and then he became cool. Same thing with Netflix. It's all stories. Same thing with the Bible. I don't care if you believe it, whatever you believe in the Quran, whatever. I probably mispronounced that. It tells stories. What is your story? Because you had ups, you had downs, and people want to hear that. That's what creates resonance. Whenever I talk about grinding in my parents' basement for years, a year or two, learning this online shit, losing money, going in debt, going broke, earning money, losing money, That creates resonance because it's my story, and people love to hear that. You need to make sure that you're being yourself in your content. And that's what's going to separate you and make you unique. Then is your aura. This is externally of how you present yourself. Because let's look at it right here. Basketball. People see Kobe as a top 3 to 5 player all time. Yet Tim Duncan is forgotten. But they are pretty much the same. Same amount of championships. He has more final MVPs. He has more MVPs. Same amount of all teams. Same amount of all-star appearances. More defensive selections. More total win shares. More efficiency. Yet Kobe made $300 million more endorsements because he was marketable. And what I mean by that is Kobe just had this aura about him, this aura of how he presented himself. He was seen as that guy, that dog. He was seen as a grinder. And people knew who he was and knew his story. Partly because, yes, he was himself, but also because he knew how to present himself. Because he was marketable. Kobe was always out there. He put himself out there. He didn't care what other people thought. He was himself. Tim Duncan was shy and reserved. Because you can be the same level, you can even be worse than someone else, or someone can be better than you. But if they have more aura, they're more marketable, they'll beat you. Because we judge books by their covers. So let's compare these two reels, right? First of all, this is one of my older reels before I knew how to do content. I'm wearing the same shirt, but I look a lot better. First of all, I have a poor ass background. There's a literal vent right there. I have a fake tree, L hair, bad camera quality. I look poor and young. I do, and it's the truth. I look like dog shit. This guy, he's in a Rolls Royce. He looks nice. He has nice hair. He has a Mountain Valley water. He has a good shirt on. It's actually fitting him properly. And it just screams like aura. And people make a judgment like that. 0.2 seconds, they're judging you unconsciously. You need to tap into that and make it way better. Now let's compare these two, right? This is whenever I start upgrading my content right here and started making money. I have a dope ass background. Monopoly Money Pictures. Who's going to beat that? My audio is way better. I have a mic. I have nice hair. Good camera quality. Good color scheme. My rose clear. Over here, L shirt, L hair, mid background, bad camera quality. L Myro, not W, L Myro. I look poor once again. And really the way you need to look at this, bro, is would the Huz approve? Okay? And once again, right now I'm adding in my personality. Like, whenever you're making this content, sure, like the Huz is watching, bro. Am I gonna look like this shit if I'm meeting up with the Huz? Hell no. I'm not gonna look like this if I'm meeting up with with a girl. I'm not gonna look like this at all. I look chopped. I'll look like this. Solid hair, good fitted shirt, nice background. I look nice right now. I do. You gotta look at it like that, bro. Treat it like you're gonna see your girl. Meet a girl for the first time on a first date, or go to your girl's parents' house for the first time. You would look nice. You'd do your hair. You'd smell good. You'd feel good. And that's what you need to be doing inside of your content. Because if you look good, you feel good. And this was an issue with one of my clients. And we were getting so many unqualified leads because of it. This was his VSL that he recorded for us. Fuzzy ass camera. He looked like he was 12. He's wearing a fucking middle school soccer shirt. And it attracted poor leads. He looked super dirty. He looked unprofessional. Would you buy from somebody that looks like this? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You would buy from someone that looks like this. So you need to look professional in your content. If you look broke, you attract broke leads because you attract what you are. Not what you think you are, what you do, who you are. I look good. I attract leads that have money. It's that simple. You need to look good in your content. Then is the vehicle. It's very simple, right? It's just like, what do you do? So Tom Brady, it's football. Christian Ronaldo, it's soccer. Right? Me, it's info products. Basically, we just help coaches and creators start and scale their info products, which if you're looking to start or scale your own info product, right? You have a skill of making over 10K a month or have some sort of audience. First link in the description, you can book a one-on-one call with me personally. But yeah, the vehicle is very simple. It's just what you actually do. Okay, so let's go to this third section here. So now you understand, okay, I know my ICP and my dream follower. I got to actually be myself, be marketable. So I'm like Kobe and not Tim Duncan. Now there are the fundamentals of content, because a lot of you guys fuck this up and it's horrible. But those two hacks alone are going to help you out a lot. But if you tie in those fundamentals and the top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel strategy that I personally have, you'll make way more money. So first of all is the hook. Arguably the most important part. These two things are way more important, by the way. That's why they were first. But you have to have a good hook. So there's two aspects to a hook, okay? There is the verbal hook, what they hear, and the visual hook, what they see. So with the visual hook, it's right away just looking at like what I see, am I going to stay on? It's going to be everything that snap judgment I talked about. How does this person look? What text is on the screen? What are they wearing? What's the background? This is semi decent. So if I'm into coaching programs, I might check it out, right? But if we go back to here, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. There's a banana or a phone or a trombone right here. There's this like 16-year-old looking kid with a fake plant. L hair. I'm clicking off in 2 seconds. Or right here, GPT-5 carrot business owner. This guy does not look like a business owner at all. I'm clicking off. This guy. Oh damn, Rolls Royce, thoughts on how to reach your full potential as an entrepreneur. If I'm an entrepreneur, I'm watching this. I'm like, all right, bro, you're in a Rolls Royce, you got the Mountain Valley spring water. Let's hear what you have to say. Snap judgment. So you got to look good visually. Got to have good text on the screen that resonates. And then comes into the verbal hook of what they hear. There's two strategies. There's a normal hook and there's an anti-hook. Normal hook is like where you have a hook. So this is an example of a visual or a verbal hook. To your list of funnels for coaching programs. That's the hook. It's like, to your list of funnels for coaching programs. Or, I cracked Brett's scales. Like, and that's the hook. So it's like verbally, you're saying something that makes them resonate with it. Or an anti-hook, which is just where you get right into the video. So this is an anti-hook. Anyone who's making money, like $10,000 plus a month, this is how you can really scale your income. Like that, like I'm just getting right into it. Like $10,000 plus a month, this is how you can really scale your income. I'm getting right into the video. So it just kind of depends based on what's going on, or like this one.
Made $5 million
by selling his course. You don't have to be brain rot, but here's how you copy him. Like I'm just getting right into the video. So those are two different strategies that you can use. And you have roughly like 1 to 3 seconds, 3 seconds at the most, to hook someone in verbally and visually, or they're scrolling. It's a fight for attention, so you have to get in there quick. After you hook them, you can have an amplifier, which is really just going to open up a loop. I like to think of this like Netflix. This is why I don't watch Netflix shows anymore. I can only watch movies, because it's like a cliffhanger. So it's like, you know, they have all this stuff and then they stop it right there, and it's like, I want to know what happens. Like, what is going to happen? I opened up the loop at the beginning by talking about number 4 and how important it is, making you watch till the end. So we need to open up loops and create curiosity. It's basically what you say after the hook that gets them to stay. The hook gets them to like watch for a little bit. The amplifier will get them to stay the entire video. He didn't make his money from models, but this is like an amplifier. By exploiting this social media loophole. I copied it and made $61,543. By exploiting this loophole, I copied it and it made me $61,000. So like, okay, cool. Like, how do I copy it? Because if this guy could do it, I could do it too, right? It's very simple, just cliffhangers. And the cool thing about with content as a whole, but let's go into the body first. The body is just the value that the viewer gets. So it's after the hook and the amplifier, just like what are they actually getting from the video? What are you saying? And in every single video, we need to invoke one of these 3 things. Either emotion, education, or ideally both, because the viewer needs to be satisfied after watching the video. Education is like giving them value, like I am in this YouTube video. Emotion is like, you know, making them feel happy, sad, whatever. Ideally, you want to tie both into it. You want to make your content educational and emotional. Those are what does best for me. I'm doing that here a little bit. I have some education. I'm cracking some jokes here or there. You want to have both, right? Like the mommy thing. Like I literally called her mommy. So it's like if you can tie in your personality, which is emotion and education, that's when it does really well, like I said. And then from there, it's just going to be testing different formats and hooks, because content is a testing game. Test, 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 test. I'll try this format, this format, this format. You know, there's different formats like using a Miro, talking head, doing green screens, using a camera, right? There's all different types of formats that you can test, and there's many more. You just have to test the formats, see what works well for you. For me right now on Instagram, the green screen formats are doing really well, where I like stitch clip somebody. That's working really well for me. And then here's some things after you post content. So you need to rewatch it after recording. If it's boring or you don't feel any emotion, redo it. Is it worth $5? Would your dream follower pay $5 for that video? If not, it's a no. All my reels, I run them through these tests. Are you excited to post this reel? Do you feel like it'll do solid? If not, it's going to be cooked. All the reels that do extremely well for me, I'm excited to post them. You should be too, because it invokes emotion. If you're not engaged watching your content, your audience won't be either, because they're not going to care much about your content. So you need to make sure that that you follow that little secrets, the checklist right there. But after that, it's just having a good content strategy. Top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. A lot of people talk about this, but they don't actually know what it means. Top of funnel is made for attraction. This is where you target your dream follower, okay? Because you're just trying to get eyeballs. It's all a funnel. So this is top of funnel, and you're just going to target your dream follower to attract them. You're not trying to sell here. All you're trying to do is just to get eyeballs, optimize for virality, and attract your dream follower. That's it. For middle of funnel, this is where you're going to build likeness and relatability so that way they actually trust you. And this is where you nurture your ICP and provide specific value. For example, this is a middle of funnel video. Only my ICP is going to know what funnels are for coaching programs. They're the only ones who do it. So I do that by nurturing and providing some value, talking about different types of funnels at different levels of, making money with a coaching program. It's very simple, guys. And then bottom of funnel is designed to sell. That's it. It's made to actually sell. This is your VSLs, your webinars for your actual funnels themselves. So student interviews are here too, but yeah. And all you got to really use is the law of constraints for how much of to post. Always use the 80-20 rule. So if you have low lead flow, then you can do 80% top of funnel, 20% middle of funnel. If you have good lead flow, meaning you're booking 1 to 3 plus sales calls a day, but low trust or close rate, then 80% middle of funnel, 20% top of funnel. And that's all the sauce. So I hope you enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Peace.